Coast to Coast to Cruise.
Oh my God, that was so much fun!
Hello?
Hey, is this Kurtis?
Yes, it is.
Hey, it's Clint Novak within the Loop. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, Clint, I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing just fine. You got the rest of the gang here, and we're live on the air, and we want to chat with you a little bit about the Azoosment Park.
Of course.
So, Drew, I'm going to let you. You are Mr. Booking Guy here, so I'm going to let you take the lead here. Go ahead, Drew.
Yes, this is the first guest that I've ever brought onto In the Loop. So, for those of us who don't know too much about the place, what can you tell us about the Azoosment Park?
Well, Santa's Village Azoosment Park is a relatively new park and an old park at the same time. Santa's Village opened in 1959 and existed up until about 2006 when it closed. We reopened it and rebranded it as kind of the Azoosment Park. We still call it Santa's Village. It's the Santa's Village Azoosment Park, but this was in 2011 was our first full season. So really, we're going on our third or fourth season of being reopened, and we have a lot of exciting new stuff this year. Let me explain the name Azoosement Park, because I know everyone thinks it's pretty goofy.
Azoosment Park.
We're a small amusement park, really geared towards ages like 2 to 12. We're starting to get a little bit older because we're starting to bring in some bigger rides. But we have a good assortment of about 15 rides. The biggest one being our new Wildcat Rollercoaster, which I'll get to that in a minute. But we also have a mix of exotic animals, petting zoo, animal shows, and there's tons of opportunity to see some really interesting animals. Lemurs, those are my favorite. The lemurs are my favorite. And we just opened a deer park where you can go and feed deer, or we have an aviary where you can hand feed birds, and it's a really unique little place. That is the Azoosment Park.
It sounds like a good place to go. The legend, when you said lemurs, he peeked up and he looks very excited. I know lemurs are one of his favorite animals. So yeah, you guys are building more bigger rides. What can you tell us about this new Wildcat Rollercoaster?
Well, the Wildcat Rollercoaster has been a project of ours now for 2 years, and we're looking to open it very soon. We were really hoping to maybe try and open it last year, but we really want to do this restoration we've been doing on it right and get it open safely. So it didn't happen last year. We're looking now. I'm not really ready to put a date on it yet, but it will be weeks away from opening. So it's very soon. The Wildcat Rollercoaster is a 48-foot Pinfari Zyklon model, for those who know. For those who don't know, it's kind of like a Galaxy. It's just a little single-car coaster. It's a really, really fun ride, and it looks great. It came out looking brand new. So we're very excited for it, and we cannot wait to get everyone on it.
Yeah, I know if I'm ever in the Chicago area, I'm definitely going to go check it out. It looks really cool with the paint colors of green and yellow. I think it looks really nice and pretty.
Very bright. That was a very lengthy debate about what to name it and what to paint it. Yeah, that was a process, one that I never really been a part of before. It was very exciting. And naming and painting a roller coaster is every enthusiast's dream. But it came out looking great. It's yellow uprights, really bright green tracks, purple accents on some of the other supports in the base structure. It looks great. The cars even look better. I don't think we have released any photos of them yet, but the cars look great.
Now, Kurtis, could you talk a little bit about the process of acquiring the roller coaster and refurbishing the roller coaster? Because I know we had you on the show a long time ago, and it's quite the process, especially for a smaller operation like you guys.
It is, especially when you do. We really did a lot of. We did everything in house, so going and disassembling the ride, we had to go do. We had to load it onto a truck and bring it in. And it's just, that alone is a process, especially when you decide to do it in the month of December. So, and then once you get it, you know, you have to, there's sandblasting involved, and then there's, you know, steel work involved. There's, before you ever even get to painting or trying to set it up, a lot of people think, you know, it was up and running over there, why can't you just move it? No, there's a lot involved. It's a lot of hard work, took a lot of people, a lot of dedication. Like I said, it's I can't believe we're at the point where we're about to open it, but I'm very excited that we finally are.
Yeah, I also imagine the fact that the ride, I mean, for the reason why it was up for sale was probably because the park you got it from or wherever was closed, and I imagine that probably led to more problems than it was worth sometimes.
A lot. There were a few roadblocks along the way. They welded a lot of things that shouldn't have been welded on that ride. There's a lot of cutting involved, but it is in 100% ready to go shape now. And like I said, just really, really great ride. Really, I was really impressed with it. When we had first looked at it, I'd only seen it in pictures. I had never gone out to the park that I've been at and ridden it before, but they had some over-the-shoulder restraints on it that looked incredibly uncomfortable, and I'm not going to lie, I wasn't too excited to ride it, but now that it's looking brand new and we've gotten rid of those over-the-shoulder restraints, it's great.
Yeah, I mean, so you have ridden it.
No.
All right, next. Well, curiosity on my standpoint, the legend and I were talking about this. Are you guys, I assume the ride section's not open year-round, but do you guys have any part that's year-round?
We actually don't. We, really, Santa's Village hasn't. They did originally. Santa's Village was originally built as the third Santa's Village. The first two were out in California, and they did operate year-round. And they were looking to expand, so they went to the Chicago market. And they tried to operate it year-round like their California parks, and quickly, within 2 seasons, realized that was not going to work. So since then, they really haven't done much of winter events. We used to have the indoor ice arena, and that used to be something that used to go around year-round, but that was it. We don't own that part of the property anymore. But no, we don't do anything year-round. We've been discussing doing a possible holiday event this year, but absolutely nothing firm yet. Yeah,
I imagine the outdoors in a Chicago area would not be the warmest environments.
Very cold, especially this year. That's one of the reasons why we're the Wildcat isn't open yet. Is really this winter kicked us in the butt. It was bad.
I mean, I imagine you guys had a bad winter when it's 60 degrees down here in Florida, and we have to put our winter coats on.
Oh, how awful! I feel so horrible for you.
Yeah. I don't know how we do it. Yeah, I mean, we might get the sniffles.
So, yeah, it's been a long winter because we've been working on we have one other project we've been working on this year now too, and that is our new ride for this year is the Troika.
Oh,
and
Troika.
Troika. Which are great rides. I love Troikas, and I'm extremely excited when we finally got one. Our priority right now is getting Wildcat open, so we don't have a firm date on when the Troika will be open yet. We have painted it, and it looks great. So that part of it's set up. Like I said, once the Wildcat is open and running, then it'll be 100% focused on the Troika, and we will get that open as soon as possible. But the Troika, if you come to the park, you'll see it. It's impossible to miss. It looks great, and we're really excited to get that open too.
Now, when opening a flat ride, is that a shorter meeting when you get to decide the paint color scheme?
We went about it a little differently after the Wildcat paint scheme meeting. It was a little less democratic. It was pretty much, this is what we're going to paint it, this is what we're going to call it. All right.
Sounds like an easier time for people who don't really have opinions, I guess.
You know what? It ended up looking great, and we're just excited. We're really just excited to get it open. There's so many things going on at the park. Really, it's a really exciting time to be a part of. Whenever a park is in this kind of massive growth stage, it's really exciting to be a part of, because we've added, since we reopened the park, we've been adding rides every single year. Like last year we added bumper cars. The year before that we added the antique ride, and we brought back the fire truck ride from Old Santa's Village, which is my favorite. I love the fire truck ride. It's so silly and goofy, but it's so much fun. For those who don't know the fire truck ride, we have a truck, like a fire truck, and it pulls these trailers behind it with seats and hoses, and we drive you down to a little house that's on fire, and you spray it out with your little fire hose, and they take you back to the fire station. It's great. I love that ride.
That sounds adorable.
It is. Especially on the really hot days, it's more fun to spray each other than the fire. But it's a really great, unique ride you won't find anywhere else. That's really why I love it so much. But it's just a really great little park.
Now, Kurtis, I'm sure we'll have a lot of people that are going up to the Chicagoland area. There's also some other roller coaster being built up there, apparently.
Right.
How much is admission into the Azoosment Park, and how does that work?
The Azoosment Park, our admission policy is a little different than what a lot of people expect. Because a lot of people are used to the child price and the adult price situation. Because we're geared towards children, we do a one price based off of what our children's price would be. So it's $19.75 for adults and children. Children 2 and under are free, but it's just that one $19.75. There's a discount for seniors as well, but $19.75 for adults and children over 2.
Very cool. Drew, do you got anything else?
You know what? Really, we just can't wait to get the Wildcat open. Check us out on our Facebook page to see exactly when. It'll be soon, but we'll announce it there in a more exact date. So. And yeah, if you're coming up to ride Goliath, I highly recommend coming and checking us out too. We're really not
Goliath. What's Goliath, Kurtis? We are just concerned about Wildcat.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know.
I don't know why I said that. All right, Kurtis. Well, it was good to have you on again, and I'm glad we got a little update on the Azoosment Park.
Of course. My pleasure.
All right. We look forward to talking to you again.
You too. Thank you.
All right. And that's Kurtis from Santa's Village and the Azoosment Park. So
it's good to have him back.
Yeah.